Alright guys, welcome back to Crunch Time, the show where you get the best NBA DFS picks each and every day. Today we have a nice 7-game slate here. I started half an hour early. I think we're supposed to start at 2 p.m. Pacific. So a little bit earlier today. I didn't know that. But anyway, I got Chris here. He sped through his shower, got his hair ready, rushed a bit, I think, maybe. But yeah, how are you doing today, Chris?
I'm good. I was just eating. That's why I had to wait longer because it was supposed to be at 2. But yeah, I'm excited for the slate here. I'm not really prepared because obviously we started a little earlier, but I mean we'll go through it. We'll handle it.
Yeah, I guess you'll know about it as we go through it. So you'll have a good idea at the end. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's go through some success here. Where do we start? Got Dakota here, MLB action. This was yesterday. Main slate here. Started a bit early, so I did not play that one. You didn't play it either, Chris, and now you're gone. Yeah, that was solid stuff there. What did he do? 140, 280, doubled up there. I think it was a pretty high score. I mean, you could see here, first place, Chris was upset. There was no tournament entries. What else did we get? We got Dakota here again. Is this the same I think this is just the lineup here. Looks like it. I don't know any of these guys, so I'm just gonna skip that. And we got Nick here. What did he do? 57 into 112. Awesome stuff there. That's baseball again. Got Ace here. What did he do? I think some other contests were in progress, if I had to guess. But I mean, this was a pretty high score. 378 almost. First place in the 3-player contests. So that's pretty good. What else did we get? We got Nick here. NBA main slate there. Doubled up as well. And we got you here. This was yesterday's slate. We'll go over these contests in a sec. DK 1.6 into 3.6. And then FanDuel 1.8 into 3.2. So that's pretty good stuff there out of you, Chris. Got Mike here. I mean, this is pretty good to see. First place in the double ups. I'll have to see that. What did he do though? 150 to 300. That's nice. You hear that? Lawnmower?
No.
It's so loud here at this time during crunch time. We got Ultra Boosted here. What did he do? NBA contest, killed it. Can't see well, we can kind of see it, but yeah, solid stuff there. Got Davis in here. Trust the Opto. Actually, Trust the Optimizer. We never get that one. We should just get Trust the Opto, Chris. What do you prefer? Trust the Opto or Trust the Optimizer?
I like the Opto. He didn't even say that. He just said Trust Optimizer.
Yeah, Trust Optimizer. Yeah, do you trust the Optimizer, Chris?
Yeah, of course.
I missed that one, so I'm going to click that. Got Rookie here with the puppy, always puppy instructor. What did she do? 323, 37 to 73. That's awesome stuff there. Aiden here, every slate, every sport, every day, every site. No rest for the wicked. I mean, this is like, it's just all day DFS. This is even more DFS than you do, Chris, isn't it?
Yeah, I just play one slate usually.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's add some reactions here. Wait, what? Do you see my reactions on your Discord, Chris?
Yeah, It's 2 different posts, so you have to add it underneath.
Oh, yeah, I see. Let's just give him that one. Get rid of these. There we go. But yeah, awesome results from the Crunchers. What else do we have? We have your contest. Let me scroll back up to your entries here. Yeah, so let's go into DK first. So obviously cashed here. Looks like you did well in some tournaments as well. Yeah, what happened here, Chris? Where did things go right?
I mean, Russell Westbrook went for 70. That was right. I mean, you could see like my low-owned guys, they all did well. Westbrook, Brown, Knight did fine, 3K, 17, so he went like 6X, which is good. So yeah, those guys, I mean, when your low-owned guys do well, pretty easy to win if the rest of your lineup is chalk. So that's what happened yesterday. I liked Westbrook. Like, he was a pretty easy spend up, like with all the value that we had from the Pacers on both sites. Really, he was like 10%, 20% on FanDuel. Westbrook was, so I thought he was like a very easy spend up, just like a solid floor guy. We'll get you like 55 to 60 on most nights. He went for 70 here on DK with the scoring system. More points for 3-pointers. He got 3 of them. Triple-double bonus, of course. Less points for turnovers. So better score here on DK. And yeah, I really like this build.
Yeah, it looks solid. Who do you want to open up next?
We could just scroll through. I mean, a lot of people had this one, and then there was like a 2v2 in 14th place.
That's not that many people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it's a pretty small contest, like 57 people.
More people had this 14th place one.
Yeah, this one had the 14th place one had Lamb and Karl Anthony Towns. So Lamb here was 56% owned. Cat was 38%. Cat went for 60. Lamb went for 20. I actually had Westbrook and Knight, so that was my 2v2 there. Obviously, Westbrook went for 70, so that helped me there. That helped me win that 2v2.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it.
Anyone else?
No, I don't think so, because like those were the two main teams that I was deciding between. I like this other team as well that had Knight instead of Lamb, so Knight and Towns. But yeah, obviously I went Westbrook and Towns, or Westbrook and Knight.
Gotcha. FanDuel also crushed it there, as you can see. Let's open that one up. Yeah, where did you go right here? What happened, Chris? What was the right choice here?
I mean, FanDuel it seems like it always wins when there's no injuries. No injuries yesterday. That's where I went right.
Did you look at the injury history, in how prone players are to injuries? Did you do some analysis on that front yesterday?
No, I mean I had Beal here. He was obviously playing with a hip injury. He looked hurt the entire game. Still got me 38. The pivot here is like Levert. He was like 60% owned, went for 32. So Beal beat him. Could have also went to D Mitch. Probably would have been a little safer, but went with Beal here. I was mentioning him on the show yesterday. If he plays, he's just too cheap. So I played him for 8-3. Westbrook here, I said he was 10% on FanDuel. He was 12% here, so he went for 60. That was good here. And then Chalk did pretty well. Justin Holiday, 25% owned, went for 30. He had the bad game the day before, so I think a lot of people were off of him because of that. But, I mean, still 4.1K there. They were missing a ton of guys, so ended up playing him. Dougie McDermott didn't play many minutes, only got 12 fantasy points, so that was a little frustrating, but he was chalky enough to where it didn't matter. Still placed pretty well here.
Yeah. So Beal, you said he looked hurt the whole game. Did you turn that game on, see Beal play for a second, and then was it like a sweat for you, or were you not concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they were. I don't know. It wasn't really a sweat because I mean he was playing through it, but yeah, if he fell wrong on it, they probably would have pulled him. So that was the only sweat, I guess. But he wasn't really as aggressive driving to the rim. He was taking more jumpers and stuff, so wasn't too concerning.
Yeah. Are the Warriors playing? No, they're not playing today. Do you know if Steph Curry's like questionable for the next game? Because I saw him fall on his back again, tailbone, last
No,
game.
I don't think he is. I mean, we'll probably get that tomorrow, but yeah, I mean maybe.
Yeah. I mean, he played through the game, but I don't know. I just have a feeling might see something there tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's it. Do you want to go through anyone else here, Chris? Scroll through the page. Tell me when to stop.
Yeah, let's scroll through. So let's start at the first place because I think there's some people there that we usually like to look at. Yeah, let's look at third. Yeah, so this one had Luca and actually I don't like this team much. It had Kenrich Williams who went for 37. So yeah, well, I wasn't really considering him. Let's look at what McLovin did. I think he had a 2v2 with Luca and 3v3 actually. So Luca instead of Westbrook, and then these different power forwards. He had KP, so he beat me there. Let's keep looking. Let's look at that team, 27th with Hoop. This one had Scary Terry, Jokic, Kenrich. So I guess some sharp people went with Kenrich. Like I said, I wasn't really considering him. I think I had Justin Holiday in my core, actually. Maybe not. Maybe I had Jaylen Brown there. But yeah, I wasn't really considering Kenrich. He was probably a last piece there. But yeah, he did really well. Almost got a triple-double, 3 steals. So went for almost 40 points here. I think he was like 4.7K.
Yeah, it looks like they all went Beal as well. But still only 25%. Were people just concerned about the injury there, the hip, or all these sharp players, they landed on Beal. So I'm just wondering.
Yeah, most sharp people landed on Beal. Most other people landed on Levert. Like Levert was $200 more in that really good situation against Minnesota. But most of the projection boys went with Beal.
Got it. Anyone else here?
Yeah, let's see this one. 51st place, Roto Grinders Train.
RG Train?
Yeah. Yeah, so this one had, as you can see, Levert. This one had Scary Terry instead of Westbrook. And then it had Ant-Man instead of Justin Holiday. So a 3v3 here. I mean, I like the other side as well. Ant-Man 7-4 here on FanDuel was a really good price tag in that matchup. That game almost went for 280 points. So definitely definitely hit the over there. But yeah, Levert didn't do too hot. Scary Terry didn't do too hot. And
It's a big train.
Westbrook and Holiday did. Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm not sure. Let's keep looking.
I am.
Yeah, no one else.
Okay. Let's open up the slate here. Quick update. Actually, I wanted to say it. So like we had that issue on the site a few days ago. We've been working on like a different solution for that problem prior to that issue coming up, but we actually have made some progress. So I think Counter-Strike uses the new solution, but I don't think there's any contest on it. It's just DK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have it set up on Counter-Strike right now, testing it out there. So once we test that out a bit more, we need Chris to take a look at it later today when he has some time. Then we can add it in for all the other sports, and then the site should update projections a lot faster moving forward. So it should improve a lot of things actually. So projections will update faster. Shouldn't have run into that same issue again, even though the solution we have now is more of a temporary fix, but that will be like our long-term fix. So I mean, things will go back into memory like before, like the past builds. So site should load faster. Things should be more responsive once that's done. So hopefully end of this week, start of next week, maybe the weekend, something like that. We'll have it out there for every sport. We just want to test it out first a bit more before we push it out. So probably when we do that, it'll probably happen, I don't know, like midnight Pacific time or something like that when all the slates are done. But yeah, just an update there. Before we get into the slate, let's see what we got in the chat. Got Justin here. First one today. Says Garry. Always says Garry. Have Vian Jones, he says, I'm one to admit when I'm wrong. Great call on Brown yesterday. He surely went for 50. Probably why I didn't cash. Lol.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah. And he also says, only running one lineup today, and I feel 100% confident on this lineup. Not only cashing, but a slate takedown type lineup. What do you think of that?
100%. That's nice. I mean, I want that lineup.
He says, I didn't ask for the full lineup because, you got to keep it to yourself. But he says, as for a sneaky pick, it was Killian Hayes, Chris.
I like Killian Hayes. I think he's pretty cheap on DK. 3-2, so 200 over the minimum. Played 25 minutes not yesterday, but last game, 3 days ago. No Jeremy Grant, so yeah, I do like that.
Yep. Let's see what else we got. Got Rondo in here. What's up? VN Jones says Westbrook is a DFS lock, like I have stated, with or without Beal. A lot of people won't play him if Beal is playing. Beal is not a factor. He has been saying that for a while now, actually. So, yeah. What do you like Westy, right? Is he always a lock?
I mean, he's not a lock, but when you have the value, then you can easily get up to him. That's when he's more viable. But I mean, if you don't have value, then you can't just lock him in because it'll make the rest of your lineup worse. But yeah, I really like him. He's very good.
Yeah, with the value makes sense. We also got Brett in here. He says, "What's up?" Thanks. Thanking VN Jones for giving him the trial. So he's on that trial now. I can't believe he hasn't tried the site. Actually, he's been in the YouTube always for so long now. Brent, always the first one in here, and he hasn't tried it yet, but trying it out now. So hopefully you enjoy it, Brent. If you have any questions, as I said in the Discord, feel free to bring it up during the show. It's a little easier to show you how to do things when you can see the screen. But if you have any questions outside of the show, feel free to message me in the Discord. I got Hasty in here as well. What's up, Ryan? Yeah, let's get into it, Chris. Seven games here today. Starting off with the Raptors game, so I'm happy about that. Always a good slate when my Raptors are playing. Any games you like here today, Chris? I know you said you're not prepared, but I'll just keep it a little general. Anything you're looking forward to in today's slate?
I like the Utah-Portland game. Utah's missing likely Conley, and then Clarkson's out as well, so I like Mitchell a lot today on this slate. We have the Raptors with 8 guys today. Van Vliet got suspended, Bembry got suspended, so they only have 8 guys, so they're pretty interesting. Prices are up a little, so I don't know how popular they're going to be, but I do like them a lot. And then we have Luka, as always. We have no Giannis, so we have Bucks, Drew, and Middleton. They're looking to be pretty popular here. And then some Cavs guys as well for value in the front court with Dean Wade, Isaiah Hartenstein. I think they're pretty interesting. And then Detroit as well with Jeremy Grant out.
What happened to Van Fleet and Bembry? Did they party on Instagram Live?
No, they walked off or they ran towards the fight off of the bench. So when you do that, you get suspended automatically.
Oh, the automatic. Yeah, okay, got it. That's kind of strange. Yeah, that was
What's
weird.
strange?
Huh?
What's strange? The suspension?
No, that technical. It was weird what happened there. I don't really. Yeah. But yeah, let's get into it. First up, we can do that Raptors game. Raptors against the Bulls. Let me open up the Vegas data here. So let's go over Chicago first. Over there, we have Lauri Markkanen, probable. Kobe White, probable. Zach LaVine, also probable. We have Tice marked as in, Garrett Temple, Adam Mukoka, and Devin Dotson. Those three guys are out. And then projected starters, Tom Satoransky, Zach LaVine, Pat Williams, Thad Young, and Nikola Vucevic. I think he had a crazy game last time he played. I think he was highest producer in the slate, so it's always good to see. Looks like we have him at 3% ownership here today over on FanDuel. I mean, personally, I feel like Toronto doesn't have too much to guard like a solid center. I don't know. What do you think of that, Chris? Maybe tournaments? But yeah, who do you like on Chicago? Let's start with that first.
Yeah, I don't really like anyone here. Like we have a bunch of other spots with guys missing. Chicago isn't really one of those spots unless LaVine is out. He's probable with the ankle though, so assume he's going to play here. He's 7-2 on FanDuel, which is a pretty low price tag. I like that a lot in tournaments. And then on DK, Vucevic is 9-1, so that's where I prefer him. FanDuel, he's just too expensive here on this slate, so I can't get to him in cash games for sure. In tournaments, if you want to spend up, sure, but I don't know. He's like 10K, so you need 50 at least. I don't think he goes for 50 here. So yeah, I like him more in DK where he's 9.1K. And then not really interested in any value guys here. They're pretty healthy for the most part. They have Markkanen playing, Kobe White off the bench, Sato, Thad Young, Pat Williams, Tice is back now, so not really interested in the value guys here.
Got it. Just for tournaments then, Chris, what do you think of Vucevic? What do you think of Toronto guarding the 5, like a solid 5? Who do they have there?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, like on DK in tournaments, Vucevic is in play. FanDuel 9-9, it's too expensive because you need him to go for 50, and then like I said, LaVine on FanDuel for 7-2 in tournaments is the guy I'd go to on FanDuel.
But I mean, let's say he goes for 50 on FanDuel. Is that enough, or is that not that great just because of his price tag? What for FanDuel? What would you need? Like, if you were to see Vucevic in the number 1 lineup, what would need to happen? Like in a lineup that takes it down.
Probably 60, 65. But we don't have much value today, so it's hard to get to him. If you play him, you can't play Luka. I mean, if we get more value, then it'll be viable, but it's really hard to do here.
Got it. Toronto side, let's do that. So lots of guys out. Like you said, only 8 guys left. So Pat McCaw, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, DeAndre Bembry, Jalen Harris, Rodney Hood, Freddie Gillespie? Don't know that guy. Paul Watson. All those guys are out. Who is Freddie Gillespie? Do you know him, Chris?
Yeah, I think they signed him 2-3 days ago, something like that.
Okay, I'll pull up his basketball reference. We'll take a look at that. But let's get into the starters. So we have Malachi Flynn. He's been playing a bit more recently. Got Gary Trent, OG Anunoby, Siakam, and Boucher. Wait, is Anunoby suspended, isn't he?
No.
Really?
It's VanVleet and Bembry. They came off the bench. Anunoby was actually in the fight, so he doesn't. It wasn't even a fight, so he wasn't suspended.
I guess that's why I said it's weird. That's weird. Like,
why? That's normal.
Yeah, I mean, no, it is. Yeah, no, that's how things operate. I just think that's kind of strange that like the guy who was in like the quote unquote fight isn't. I mean, because like guys like they run off the court to like lift up their players. Sometimes when they fall down, things like that.
Yeah, but if you have the entire benches clearing, then that's when you would have problems. That's why they have the rule.
I mean, how
It's
big
like,
of a
it's
problem
like,
is it? Give the
it
fans
would
what they
be,
want. Give them some NHL. Drop the gloves, Chris.
yeah, no one wants to see that. So I mean, everyone would get suspended as well.
Maybe loosen up the suspensions.
Definitely not. I don't think
Who?
that's right.
You don't think anyone wants to see the fights?
Not really.
Yeah, I guess we got UFC on Saturdays. Do we have it this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we got some UFC action, but I mean, two guys here. We got Rondo, Royal King. They said they're all for it, Chris. So Rondo says, "I'd love to see that."
The bench is clearing.
Yeah, drop the gloves. I'm sure Hasty would like it.
I'm fine with the players doing it. I don't know about the benches clearing. Like, then you just have random, unnecessary stuff. That's what I think.
Yeah, then the Mavs would definitely should have kept James Johnson to protect Luka.
Yeah.
Get some UFC players. Just get some goons on the squad. Every team would have goons. You would need one. But yeah, definitely a good topic there. Could probably talk about it for a while. But DFS wise, Chris, on the Raptors, who do you like there today?
Yeah, so these guys are a little too expensive for me on FanDuel. Siakam is probably the only one that I really like on FanDuel for 8.7K in this matchup against the Bulls. Everyone else I think is too expensive. I think I have a lot of interest, or a lot more interest on DraftKings. We have Malachi Flynn for 4.7K here. On FanDuel he's 6K, so that's just too expensive for me. But I like him a lot here on DraftKings for 4.7. I think he's probably a lock for me. We have Chris Boucher 5.7 here on DK. Really solid play here as well. So I think like these guys are going to be super popular over on DK. FanDuel they're not going to be. There's other guys like Stanley Johnson. Obviously, Pascal Siakam here on DK is viable as well for 8.5K. But you just have these lower price tags for guys like Stanley Johnson, Aaron Baines, Watanabe. They're all around the minimum of 3K on DK, which is lower than FanDuel. So it means a little more. Trent, he's 6'3 on DraftKings. I think he's like 6'7 on FanDuel, so I don't want to play that. I like OG a lot more on DK as well for 7K. He's 8K on FanDuel, so I like this 7K price tag a lot. For OG, I like the matchup for him, so I think he's a really good tournament option here on this slate. Probably not going to pop a lot in cash games because you have the Bucks guys in this range, like Drew, like Middleton, who are going to be much more popular. So if I'm picking here, it's going to be on DK for the most part, and I think Flynn and Boucher are my favorites.
Got it. Let's look up this guy. How do you know this guy, Chris? Kind of looks like Brandon Clark over here.
Yeah, I saw a notification that he was signed with the Raptors a few days ago.
No basketball reference? Oh, here it is. Let's see. So he's 23. Do you think he's going to get some minutes today?
Oh, no, he's out.
Oh, right. Yeah, he is out. Yeah, I guess, what do we have here? Baylor. Hasty definitely knows him.
Yeah, they just won. He was on the team last year, so he's probably happy.
What's his points per game? Is it 9? That's pretty good in college, isn't it? What is he actually? Power forward? Small forward?
Probably power forward, 6'9", 245, averaged like 10 and 10. So yeah, probably
Solid
power
numbers.
forward.
Yeah, awesome. Let's go into the next game. LA Lakers, Miami Heat. Lakers side, Anthony Davis out. Taylor Horton Tucker, he is suspended. Probably got off the bench too, if I had to guess, with that Raptors scuffle there with OG and Harrell. Ben McLemore in, Andre Drummond in. Love to see that. Kyle Kuzma probable. Yeah, Drummond probably that toe grew back already. Took like 2 games off. So I'm excited to see that. Hopefully he gets to play the full game. But I guess that's something we'll have to monitor. But yeah, projected starter shooter, Caldwell Pope, Kuzma, Morris, and Drummond. Yeah, any word on Drummond's minutes today, Chris?
No, nothing I've seen, but Yeah, he's interesting on FanDuel for 5.2K. I think he's a solid option for sure. Center is in a great position here today. So I do like Drummond there on FanDuel. He's probably the only Laker I'm really interested in today. We have Kuzma questionable, so we have to wait for that news. If he ends up being ruled out, we'll have more interest in other guys like Markieff Morris, Dennis Schroeder, probably Harrell as well. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait on that news. Taylor Horton-Tucker is out, so that also opens up minutes for guys off the bench. They have Wesley Matthews back today, though, so maybe he'll probably play like 20-plus minutes here, 20 to 24. So, yeah, I think the Kuzma news here is going to be big, so we'll have to wait for that. It's the first game of the slate, so we're probably going to get it in 25 minutes when the injury report comes out, so we'll have to wait and see for that.
Got it. Vian Jones says, do you Canadians think Toronto will sign Kem Birch?
They already did, no?
They signed Kem Birch? Really?
Yeah, Orlando waived him so they could sign, so the Raptors could sign him so he could get more minutes.
Oh, is he going to beast now?
He's probably going to start. I don't know.
Wait, how is he good or no?
Kem Birch?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's decent. He's probably better than Aaron Baines.
Yeah, probably. What is he, like 28 years old? Yeah, 28 years old, 192 days. From Montreal, Canada. So him and Boucher got that Montreal connection. Played at Notre Dame. Let's see. Wait, he's only been in the league for 4 years?
Yeah, he probably did 4 years in college.
Nice. What did he play? Like 13 minutes per game, 12 minutes per game, 19 last season, and then this season, 20 minutes.
Why aren't you showing it on the main screen?
Oh, I don't know.
You gotta show the people.
Well, I mean, I just said it, so I guess I won't. But yeah, I should have. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Like that, I think. What do you think he'll be like fantasy-wise there? Like a 20 burger?
Depends on his role. Like if he starts, then yeah, probably 20. But if he comes off the bench, I don't know. It just really depends on his role.
Yeah, kind of like that one. Yeah, let's go over the other half here. So Miami got KZ Okpala out. Tyler Hero, Gabe Vincent, both probable projected starters. Victor Oladipo. Jimmy gets buckets. Duncan Robinson, Trevor Ariza, Bam Adebayo. Anybody on the Heat, Chris?
Not really. So this is like this game isn't too appealing. It will be somewhat on the Lakers side if Kuzma's out, but this game has a 205 over under, which is like 12 points lower than the next lowest. It's a 9-point spread, which is the largest of the slate. So there's not too much here that interests me. Maybe Jimmy Butler for 9-4 on FanDuel. I think that's a decent price tag as the last piece, but no one that I'm going to go out of my way to get. He's 9K on DraftKings, so that's a decent price tag there as well. But like we keep saying, they're healthy now. Dragic is in, Depot is in, Hero is in. So I don't know. There's not too much here for me.
Okay, let's get into the next game. Got the Cavaliers against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Cleveland side, Jarrett Allen still out with the head injury, concussion. Larry Nance also out. Dylan Windler out. Projected starters, we have Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? I always mess it up. Isaiah. No. What's his name? Okoro.
Isaac
Okoro. Dean Wade and Kevin Love. Anything on the Cavs side, Chris, that you're interested in today?
Yeah, so I have some interest in the front court here with Nance and Allen still out. Not really interested in the backcourt with Sexton and Garland. But I like the Hartenstein, Dean Wade, Kevin Love range. I think they're all pretty interesting plays. So on FanDuel, Dean Wade is 4.5. On DraftKings, he's 4.6. So he's a decent play. He played 37 minutes last game. Been starting recently ever since Nance and Allen have both been out. So he's been getting a ton of minutes. So I do like him for this price tag of around mid 4Ks on both sites. And then we have Hartenstein as well. He's 4K on FanDuel. DraftKings, he's 4.4. So I think he's also a really good play. I think the last game he played 27 minutes, got 40 fantasy points. So he's a really good point per minute guy. like I said, on this slate, we don't have much value right now, so we kind of have to go to these guys who have a lot of upside, even though, or someone like Hartenstein who has a lot of upside, even though he doesn't have like a secure minutes role. I think it fluctuates between like 20 to 27 minutes. But still, on this slate, I think it's good value, especially on FanDuel for 4K at power forward. And then Kevin Love, 5'6" on FanDuel, 5'8" on DK. He's been playing more minutes as well. They've kind of been ramping him up, been putting up pretty good numbers point per minute wise. I expect his minutes to go up a little more today, probably 28 to 30 minutes here. So I think he's a decent option as well. So yeah, it's going to be those three guys if I'm playing any Cavs today.
Got it. Got a question here for you, Chris. It's non-DFS. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, sure.
So it's from VN Jones. He says, if you were starting a team and you had to pick, which would you choose and why? Chris Middleton or Jimmy Buckets? I know who I would pick.
Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. Jimmy Butler. I mean, we just saw him lead the Heat to the finals last year.
Yeah.
He's a really good defender, really good scorer. Not as good of a shooter, but still, he's just
you can
really
get
good
shooters
player
around him. He can kind of do a lot more. But my question to VN Jones is, why is that even a question? Like, who in the right mind would pick Middleton over Jimmy Butler? Is my question.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, that question leaves you with more questions, VN Jones. Who would pick Middleton and why? Cornelius in here says, thanks guys, appreciate all the content. With all the value on this slate, who are your two favorite spend ups? So I heard you mention Doncic already, Chris. Let me just quickly reset the team filters here. Is it sorted by projections? Yeah, who are your favorite spend ups? So we have guys like, let me just sort by salary. Doncic, Kawhi, Vucevic, Butler, Fox, Lillard, Booker, Adebayo.
Yeah, so we don't have any spend ups, like real spend ups here today, other than Luka. All these other guys are like, they're not like the Luka, Giannis, LeBron James, guys in that range that we usually spend up for. We don't really have those guys outside of Luka here today. So I think it's more of a mid-range build. We have really good plays in like the 8K range, like Middleton, Drew Holiday, Donovan Mitchell, Gobert, Siakam. So I'm sticking in the mid-range here. I'm not going to force my way up to studs if I don't have to. If I don't have the salary for it, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, I'm sticking in the mid-range with guys like Mitchell, Drew Holiday, Middleton.
Got it. Let's go back to this filter here. So OKC side, we got Mike Muscala, questionable, Josh Hall, Darius Baisley, LeGuentz Dort, Isaiah Roby, and Darius Miller, all questionable tags. Pokuševski, probable. SGA, I think he's supposed to be re-evaluated mid-April. Do you think we'll see him back, Chris, or no?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, probably, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, projected starters over there: Theo Maledon, Svi Mihailuk, Alexei Pokuševski, Kenrich Williams, and Moses Brown. Anybody on the Thunder side, Chris?
So I think they're pretty thin today. Like they don't have too many bodies now. Guys like Baisley and Roby, they're still out, right?
Darius Baisley questionable, Roby also questionable. So a lot of questionable tags. They have Muscala, Josh Hall, Baisley, Dort, Roby, and Miller all questionable.
Yeah, so that matters quite a bit. So I don't think I'm too interested in these guys, especially on DK where they're priced up a little more. FanDuel, we saw that Kenrich Williams play in some of the other people's lineups yesterday. I think he's pretty interesting for 4.9 here on FanDuel. Sort of a last piece value guy, just because I don't think we have much value here on this slate. We got the question saying that we have a ton of value, but I don't really agree with that. So yeah, I think Kenrich Williams here for 4.9 on FanDuel is a decent play. Svi Mihailuk again on FanDuel, 3.8K, still pretty cheap there. Played him yesterday. He didn't have a great game, but still paid off his price tag. I think he went for 21. He was 3.8 yesterday as well. So, I mean, if I'm playing someone here, it's gonna be Kenrich Williams or Svi on FanDuel. I don't think there's much on DK right now.
Got it. Let's load up the next game. Are you interested in this game as a NBA fan, Chris? Milwaukee, Dallas, or with Giannis sitting not as much?
As a just as an NBA fan,
Yeah,
yeah, I still am. I like the Bucks. I like the Mavericks. So yeah, it's looking like a fun game.
got it. Your boy Brandon's in here. He just says Pokushevsky, Chris.
Yeah, I didn't mention him, but I'm kind of scared of playing him. He fell on his hip. He didn't end up closing the game out. So I mean, I think they kind of want to be cautious with him. He's like probably my weight, a foot taller than me. He's like probably 7'3", and probably 200 pounds. So yeah, I think they probably want to be cautious with him. I don't think he's going to play 33 minutes again today. Probably around 28. But yeah, if he does end up playing his full minutes, I do like him. He's a unicorn.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm telling you, Chris. Chris Boucher, that man knows how to fall. He's got the same build.
Did you see the dunk attempt by Pokushevsky?
No,
I gotta bring that up.
send it in the Discord to me, DM.
See if I can find it real quick.
But yeah, I'm definitely telling you, like Chris Boucher, that guy knows how to fall for that sort of build. Like he is the guy to study, model your pitter patter, how to fall, all that stuff. He knows how to do it. That guy never gets hurt. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think wasn't he hurt a few games this year?
No, he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, so this was the dunk attempt.
Might be kind of loud. Let's see.
I think you can control the volume here.
Is that the fall?
Yeah.
Is that funny to you? Why?
Look how long he is.
Here?
He took off from so far away.
From here?
Yeah, that's pretty far, and then he's just super long.
Yeah, and it's kind of... Wait, how many steps does this
Yeah.
take? Gathers from the three-point line. 1, 2.
Too.
Ooh, that's kind of... Like he knew he was going to fall. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
That's like a big attempt. He almost
Yeah,
got
it
it
is.
too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that would have been so nice.
Watch the fall. Oh, he like crossed over to his body, his hip.
Yeah, but he's like as light as a feather. Like if you drop a feather, it's just gonna go like so light. Like this fall would definitely hurt you like 10 times more, Chris.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you'd be out for like I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one, Chris. We need more streamables in here whenever we have those. I love watching them; they're fun. Yeah, let's get into this game. Brandon has a question. All caps.
We should browse the Reddit then. NBA Reddit. Do a Reddit recap. Do an NBA Reddit recap.
Is that a good place? We can filter by streamables?
Well, we could just browse like the top posts and look at that.
Yeah, we can do that next time. Take a look
Part of
at
the
it.
show.
Let's see. Yeah, Brandon. He says all caps. FanDuel Cash, Doncic or Holiday. I'm gonna say. Wait, the different prices though. But
Yeah,
which
I mean,
build do you prefer, Chris?
Probably Doncic just because he's 10-3 here on FanDuel. Holiday's what 1,500 less, so it's not like a huge difference. Usually we see a bigger difference between the two.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like both of them a lot.
Doncic, he's been trending downwards a bit. I know you've been saying he's been kind of, I don't know if you call it struggling, is it? Like he's getting, like we used to see him getting like 70, 65, that sort of range. But lately, is it like 40 to 50?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just been not getting like double-digit assists and rebounds anymore. Not really getting many stocks, but the usage rate is still really high. It's been over 40% in his last 4 games. Minutes have also been down a little bit. Last game yesterday he played 37, so that was pretty high. Hasn't been shooting great. Shot 9 for 26 yesterday, so I don't know. Like, I think it's not like we're projecting him for what we did earlier in the season, around like, I don't know, 55, 56, 57. Now we have him at 51. So I don't know. I still like him.
People not hitting shots for those assist numbers, or what's going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Have the Mavs been scoring less points overall as well, or you haven't really looked into it?
No, not really. Like maybe they've been in some blowouts. They've been in some tough matchups, but they've also been in good matchups against Washington, Houston yesterday. But they've been in some tough ones. They've been in some blowouts. So I don't know. Like I said at the beginning, Wes stocks as well. So I don't know. I think he's still a really good play.
Yeah. Is Brandon a broken clock today, Chris? Is he going to be right twice a day? He says Holiday hitting 50 for 1,500 less though, and he before that he said wrong wrong about your Doncic pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Holiday a lot. He's one of my favorite players. That's why I put him on the cover today. Gonna try to get both of them.
So like as a longtime DFS player, you kind of think Doncic was like the smarter, sharper play, or is it just
No, I mean, they're two of the top plays at point guard. Holiday's probably a better play in this situation without Giannis. But yeah, I like both of them a lot.
can we do both or no?
Yeah, for sure.
No, then you don't have to pick. Maybe the question was the problem by Brandon. I guess we'll see at the end of the show. Let's see. Royal King says, imagine if he would have made it, he would have set the tone. Yeah, that would have been crazy. Like, I feel like, I mean, yeah. What do you think of that, Chris? Like, if he made that dunk, I feel like that's like a huge tone setter, momentum setter for a player. It could be, especially if you're like a rookie in the league.
Even if he missed it, like that's still huge. But yeah, it would have been like a probably top two dunk this year. Probably only would have put the Edwards dunk on Watanabe ahead of that one. But yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we had the Westbrook against Biyombo, so that was probably second for me. So it would have been like top three, top five dunk of the year, I think.
But still, in terms of like rookies, like building your confidence, that I think that would have been great. Just seeing that highlight all the time, because I know they play like the NBA countdown top 10 during the games. I always see the players looking up, watching it, which I find kind of strange. But yeah, like they watch the highlights of all the around the league throughout their games. Kind of funny. Yeah, seeing that every game would have been pretty cool. Let's see. Vian Jones says that would have equaled the Jackson Hayes dunk.
Oh yeah, that one was really nice as well. But yeah, I think it would have been in that same tier.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get into this game. So we haven't started. Milwaukee side have Giannis as doubtful, so we're just assuming that he's out. PJ Tucker out. JJ, yeah, that's it actually. No JJ Redick. That's Dallas. So two guys out there. Projected starters: Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Portis, and Lopez. Still. Oh yeah, so this is what Vian Jones said about the Butler versus Middleton thing. Because I was wondering, I just saw Middleton, so I'm just wondering what he thought. He says it's a debate on a competitor's site. Jimmy buckets for me as well.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on the role. Like if you have a star player like LeBron, I would take Middleton just because he's a better shooter. Butler's more of like the main guy. So, but his question, I think Vian Jones's question was if you're starting a team, so that's why I took Butler.
Yep. Yeah, Milwaukee side, Chris. We have Giannis out, Tucker out. Tucker, I guess, doesn't matter as much, but who do you like there?
So the three main guys who usually get the bump with Giannis out are Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Bobby Portis. They're the guys that get the biggest bumps. So, I mean, I have interest in all three of them. I think both sites kind of priced them up for the most part. Middleton is the guy that I think is the best play currently on both sites. If I had to choose one guy, he's 7-8 on DK, 8-2 on FanDuel. So he's 600 less than Drew on FanDuel. I think he's like 400 less than Drew on DK. So he's my preferred buck here. If I had to only pick one, it would be Middleton in this spot. So I think he's probably a lock for me on both sides in cash games. I like him in tournaments as well. Then Drew Holiday, kind of hard. I don't know. It's a little bit difficult to get to him on both sides just because, like I said, we don't have great value on this slate so far. So it's kind of a mid-range build. I kind of prefer Donovan Mitchell over Drew Holiday if I had to pick one guy in that range just because I think Conley's going to be out and then Clarkson's doubtful. like the matchup a lot against Portland. So I kind of prefer Mitchell over Drew Holiday today if I'm spending in that 8K range. So that's why I'm not really prioritizing Drew 100%. I love him in tournaments. Like we've seen him go for 60 in this spot, 55 pretty consistently. So he's a really solid play. If you want to lock him in, I have no problems with that. Like he's not priced too crazy. I think he's priced where he should be. So I like him a lot. Just not really prioritizing him as a must right now. But like I said, still a really good play. And then Bobby Portis, he's the guy that kind of benefits in terms of minutes with Giannis being out. He started last game for Giannis. He usually a high usage guy, so when he gets more minutes, he's obviously going to put up a better score. FanDuel priced him up to 5.8, so it's a little hard to get to him there. I think on DK, where he's 5.3K, that's where I can play him. And then any of these other guys like Lopez, DiVincenzo, if you land there, I'm fine with it.
Got it. Brandon, Chris, you probably can predict what he's going to say. He says, wow, LOL, Mitchell over Holiday. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll take Mitchell over Holiday today all day. We can place a bet on that for sure.
Did you see that comment coming?
No, I didn't see it coming. But yeah, yesterday he was saying Kyrie over Westbrook, and he didn't want to take that bet for some reason. And then after Westbrook had like a slow start, he was like, "Oh, let's do the bet. Let's do the bet." And that was also after KD was ruled that he wasn't going to start. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to take this bet. He's going to try to wait until maybe Drew Holiday has like 30 points in the first quarter.
Did you end up taking that bet?
Did I take it? No, I didn't take it just because it was too late. Like he wanted me to take it after KD was ruled out, or not ruled out, but ruled not starting, and then after Westbrook had a slow start.
He says lies.
It's not lies.
And he says, I'll 100% take this bet.
Okay, yeah, that's good. $20. We usually do $20.
Yeah, $20 in Ethereum.
Yeah.
Says, but he did say this though. After he asked Mitchell Holiday, says Chris is the GOAT though. Guess I'm playing Mitchell. But yeah, I mean, I still like I don't know. Holiday's in such a good spot. Like in tournaments, it'd be silly not to get him as well. Like I like that play for sure. So yeah, did you finish Milwaukee, Chris? We can do Dallas now.
Yeah, I did finish.
Okay, so Dallas side, JJ Redick out, Tyrell Terry out, Willie Cauley-Stein out. We have Trey Burks probable, Maxi Kleber questionable, and Zingis also questionable. Projected starters: Doncic, Josh Richardson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, and Kristaps. So what do you think of Kristaps? I guess, is he playing today? Is he not? And then if he isn't playing, does it change too much his status today for you from a fantasy perspective?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play today. He hasn't played a back-to-back in a while, so I don't think he's going to play. I don't think he was listed on any injury report yet, though, so not too sure. We should know in probably 2 minutes with the injury report. But if he's out, obviously Luka becomes a even better play. Like I said, I like him a lot on FanDuel right now. DK, if Porzingis ends up being ruled out, confirmed out, then I think Luka will become more of a play on DK for his increased price tag of 10.9. But I think for now, Luka's probably the guy for me, the only guy here on FanDuel for 10.3K. And obviously, if we get KP out, like we have to wait for the Kleber news as well. And Kleber could be interesting as a last piece sort of thing here. But he's kind of priced up now on FanDuel, 4.4K, 4.3 on DK. So it's not an awful price tag, but it's not like the 3.7 price we were getting him before. So yeah, I think it's just going to be Luka for now. If we get KP news in the next 2 minutes, then we can go over that.
Got it. Should we change this, Chris, so you can click on the player name instead of the icon?
Yeah, for sure.
Do we underline the players then?
If you hover over it, yeah, I think so. But
only when you hover.
Yeah.
Got it. And then one other thing I want to ask you, I think Austin mentioned it. Should we make it so you can click this and then search a player up and then lock him in that spot?
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be probably helpful for people who run one lineup and want to get the most optimal team after each game locks.
Yeah, so I think that'd be pretty good actually. So it would just lock it in that spot, right?
Um, yeah, I mean, not necessarily in the spot
Just in the
because
lineup.
DK, yeah, in the lineup.
Got it. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I wanted to ask you that one. Let's load up the next one. Zach Levine playing today, Chris.
Yeah, he was probable, so that's as expected.
Okay. Next up, Phoenix Suns, LA Clippers. I think this is the game. Is this the game you said you're excited to watch, or as a fan?
No, no, that was yesterday. Phoenix and Utah.
Got it. Let's do Phoenix first. Over there, Nader questionable tag. Before we continue, OKC side, Chris. I think we got Dort. Well, maybe just wait a bit for the news to come out. We're getting a bit of news. We can go over it after this game here, actually. But Nader questionable for Phoenix. Chris Paul, Booker, Bridges, Crowder, and Ayton all projected to start. Anybody on Phoenix, Chris?
Not really. Same thing I always say. Like, I just don't want to play them. They have a bunch of good players. Booker always viable in tournaments. Chris Paul always viable in tournaments. Ayton always viable in tournaments. But for cash games, I'm not going to play these guys unless one of those three are injured. So yeah, nothing here for me. I don't really love to target Phoenix games, so I try to avoid them whenever I can.
Got it. Let's go over Clippers side. So Serge Ibaka out for them. Projected starters: Pat Bev, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Zubats. Anybody there, Chris?
Yeah, so I mean, same sort of thing I always say when we're talking about teams playing against Phoenix. They play good defensively. Sorry, they play well defensively. They play pretty slow. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not too interested here. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they're always viable in tournaments, always viable as last pieces in cash games, but just don't think I need it here on this slate. If you want to play them, they're both priced a lot better on DK, so that's where I would do it if you do want to play them. But I don't think we need it here.
Got it. Okay, before we go to the next game, let's just go over some of that news. So we got some OKC stuff, Chris. Quite a bit. So we got Dort out, Baisley out, Roby out, Josh Hall out, Scala out, and Miller out. So I think almost everyone with the questionable tag is out.
Yeah, so those are all the guys that were kind of already projected to be out. So
Well,
yeah, that doesn't
also
really change
Miller.
much.
Miller's out. I don't think we had him projected to be out.
Yeah, but still, it doesn't change anything. I don't think he played.
Got
Did he
it.
play yesterday? What was it? Yeah, he didn't play yesterday, so kind of projected him to be out.
Okay. And then Chicago, we have Markkanen and Kobe White in. Let's go into the next game. Detroit. Actually, there's a comment from VN Jones. He says, two players who missed the cut in my one lineup tonight, Drew and Kobe White. Don't sleep on White at his DK price tonight. And he says, yes, Chris Mitchell made my lineup over Drew.
Yeah, I like the Mitchell call. Kobe White 4-2 on DK, so yeah, it's not a bad price tag. He's just a little too, I don't know, scoring reliant, but it's a really low price tag, like you're saying. He's been around 5.5, 6K for most of the season. Last game he was 4-3. Today's 4-2. So it's definitely a really good buy low spot here.
Yep. Next up, Detroit Pistons against the Sacramento Kings. Detroit side, we have Jeremy Grant out for them. We have Jahlil Okafor questionable, Mason Plumlee questionable, and then Killian Hayes is in. Projected starters: Saban Lee, Hamidou Diallo, Josh Jackson, Sadiq Bey, and Mason Plumlee. Anybody on the Pistons side, Chris, with Grant out there?
Yeah, I have some interest here in the Pistons. Josh Jackson on FanDuel is, I think he's
4-4.
4.4K, and then on DraftKings he's 4.7. So no Grant kind of makes me think that Josh Jackson is going to take over the kind of main scorer role. He's looked really good this season. Hasn't been getting a lot of minutes recently, but like I said, with no Jeremy Grant, I think that will go up. So I do like him on both sides. I think he's a really good tournament option as well. I love the upside that he has if he gets more minutes. I think he's pretty safe, even if he gets like 24, 28 minutes for this price tag. I think he can still get us value. So I definitely like Josh Jackson. More of a play on FanDuel. On DraftKings, we have Sadiq Bey, who is 4.3K, I believe. So no Jeremy Grant. That helps him as well. He's the guy that I prefer on DK over Josh Jackson just because he's a little cheaper. They're both the same position over there. So I'd rather play Sadiq Bey on DraftKings and Josh Jackson on FanDuel. If I'm picking these guys in cash games, those are my favorites. In tournaments, we have to wait for the Mason Plumlee news. I think they have him in like concussion protocol or something like that. So if he's out, Isaiah Stewart would become a lock as well. This is a really good matchup against the Kings, one of our favorite matchups that we like to target. So a bunch of these guys are viable. Hamidou Diallo as well. No Grant. Hamidou gets a bump. This is an island game, so it's not a back-to-back. They've kind of rested Hamidou Diallo in back-to-back, so I don't have any concern with that today. So I like him. Killian Hayes, we had some talk about him earlier on DK, where he's 3.2K, 200 over the minimum. I like him a lot over there as a last piece. Really good value play, I think, there. And yeah, a bunch of this depends on the Mason Plumlee news, so we'll have to kind of monitor that.
Got it. Brandon says Bay. He likes Bay. So there's that. Sacramento's side, I don't think there's any injuries to list there. Projected starters: De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Rashawn Holmes. Anybody there, Chris?
Not really. I mean, these guys they're fine as last pieces. It's a pace down spot though, so I'm not going to go out of my way to target anyone here. De'Aaron Fox, he's always in play. He's looked better recently. His last few games, he's been getting minutes as he did before DeLon Wright got traded there. So we actually have the trade narratives here. I think Corey Joe got traded from the Kings. DeLon Wright got traded from the Pistons. So we have that narrative going if you want to go for that.
And they're both ex-Raptors.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Fox on FanDuel, 9.3K. I don't know. I don't love it. I think I'd rather just play Drew Holiday for 500 less. I think I like that more. And then Rashawn Holmes, he's the guy on FanDuel I think he's a really good last piece at center, 6.5K. Detroit plays big, so Holmes' minutes are pretty solidified here in this spot. On DraftKings, he's 7.6, so can't play him there. But I think on FanDuel for 6.5, he's a good last piece at center.
Yeah. Last time you mentioned Corey Joe in a narrative, Chris. Look what happened here. It was against Toronto. It was a pretty big game there. With Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's fine. I don't know though. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the double layered narrative though. Ex-Raptors as well, so it's a good one. Especially for me, I like that. Let's see. Deshaun says Sexton or Drew Holiday on DK. I'm gonna say Drew Holiday. What about you, Chris? Is it just a clear Drew Holiday, without a doubt?
Yeah, Drew.
Not even a question. There's no way Sexton could outperform, or just like some sort of miracle.
I mean, there's definitely ways that Sexton could beat him, but I mean, I'm just gonna say Drew all day.
Better situation.
I mean, he's gonna beat him probably 90%, 95% of the time. So I'll play the odds there.
Got it. Layton says Kem Birch will propel the Raptors into the playoffs.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we need Spicy P to propel the Raptors into the playoffs. We need Lowry, we need Van Fleet. So if they play consistently, if they keep playing, like if they can play well consistently, I think that's enough. But yeah, I feel like a better 5 is definitely useful for the Raptors.
So we got news that Conley and Porzingis aren't on the injury report, so kind of makes me think that they're going to play. Usually they're already announced out in these situations.
Yeah. But you kind of said about Zingis already. You said you still think he was going to sit despite that.
Yeah, that was before 2:30, before the injury report. That's why I was saying in 2 minutes we would know. And he's not on it, so I think I'm fine with him.
Got it. Vian Jones says, why do you have to remind me of that narrative? DeLon and Kojo not in my lineups, but now you have me thinking. Oh, God.
Don't worry about it. I don't think you need them.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to throw in a narrative lineup, by all means. But I mean, you already had one that you said is 100% confident on this lineup, not only cashing but a slate takedown. So, what happened to that 100% confidence? I'm calling you out there. Yeah, let's go into. I think this is the last game of the slate here to go over. Portland against the Utah Jazz. Portland side, Norm Powell probable, Nurkic questionable. Projected starters: Dame Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Norm Powell, Rocco, and Nurkic. What do you think of the Blazers today, Chris?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't love the Blazers here. I'm more interested in the other side. Like the Blazers are pretty healthy. Nurk is questionable, so we have to wait for that news. I think this is the front end of a back-to-back here for the Blazers. So if I had to guess, they're probably going to rest him for one side of this back-to-back. Probably going to play here against Utah just because it's a big matchup. I'm not sure who they're playing tomorrow, but they probably want to beat Utah. So I think Nurk plays here, rests tomorrow. So that kind of makes Cantor not viable here. If Nurk ends up playing, if Nurk's out, you can play Cantor. He's 5'8" here on FanDuel, so I think that's a really interesting price tag for him. Only if Nurkic is out. And then guys like Dame, CJ, I don't know. I don't think I can go there. I like playing them when one of the two are out, but when they're both in, I don't think we need it, especially in cash games. But I think in tournaments, they're very viable here. This is a game that I think they're going to get up for. Obviously, Utah is first in the West, so I think they want to prove a point. I think this could be a game where they play more minutes, like playoff minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dame ends up playing 40, CJ ends up playing 40. So for that reason, they are tournament viable, but I don't love it in cash games. I don't think we need it there.
Okay. Let's go over the Jazz then. Mike Conley. So we had him as questionable before, but he wasn't on the injury report. So I guess like Zingis will put him as probable. Juwan Morgan out for them, and then Jordan Clarkson doubtful. Projected starters: Conley, Mitchell, Boyan Bogdanovic, Royce O'Neal, and Gobert. Anybody on the Jazz? You mentioned Mitchell already, Chris.
Yeah, so Clarkson doubtful makes me like Mitchell a lot. Even if Conley plays, like I still think Mitchell gets a huge bump without Clarkson. He's just a really high usage guy off the bench. So that helps Mitchell. Mitchell is priced fairly. He's 7-8 on FanDuel, which is an absolute lock. DraftKings, it's more of a question, but I still think he's a lock there for 8.6K. So he's my favorite Utah guy here. They're implied to score 120 points. One of our favorite matchups here against Portland. Highest over under here. I imagine this game is probably on national TV. Let me just check. But yeah, I mean, I like Donovan Mitchell a lot in tournaments here. It's actually not on national TV. The Lakers Heat game is. Obviously, that's the NBA Finals rematch. And then Suns Clippers is the nightcap game. So not this Portland game, but still, I like Mitchell a lot. It is a back-to-back, though. I think he played 41 minutes yesterday, so that's a little concerning, but still, I think the situation here is too good to pass up on. So Mitchell's my favorite guy, and then if I had to pick another guy, someone like Rudy Gobert, I think is interesting on DraftKings for 7.8K. FanDuel, he's 8-1. He's also fine there as the last piece. Like I was saying, we have Rashawn Holmes for 6.5 on FanDuel as a last piece. So if you have extra money and want to go to Rudy Gobert for 8.1K on FanDuel, I have no problems with it. It's a really good matchup, like I said. So yeah, it's mostly those two guys. Conley, if he plays, he's a little too expensive. I'm surprised he's actually not listed on the injury report. He played 35 minutes yesterday, so that's quite a bit. But yeah, he's low 7Ks on both sides. So even with Clarkson out, I don't love that price tag. You could do it in tournaments, but I don't know. I would rather play Joe Ingles as a tournament option here from this team with Clarkson out. 5-2 on FanDuel, 5-7 on DK. So I do like him in tournaments.
Got it. Let's go over the three plays here. Your boy Brandon's, I don't know what he's on. He says 9 out of 10, like 6 exclamation marks, one more like to get a wheel spin. I think, yeah, I mean, it's only at 9, Chris.
Yeah, we're dying.
Yeah, we are dying. let's go over those plays. So first up, overall play of the day, safest play, best play, cash, tournaments, all formats on FanDuel. Who's your guy there today?
I'll go with Chris Middleton here on FanDuel.
I think I still have. There you go. And then value play, who do you have?
Actually, let me go with Donovan Mitchell just because I was talking about him a lot. Yeah, give me Donovan Mitchell as my main guy. Value, give me Hartenstein here for 4K.
Okay. And then tournament play, who do you got?
I'll say Drew Holiday. He's going to be popular, but I mean, I don't know if he's not going to be super chalky just because there's a lot of guys in this price range, but I like him a lot here in tournaments.
Okay. DK, overall play there, who's your guy?
So Donovan Mitchell is a little more expensive here at 8.6K. I'll still say him. I like the spot a lot for him.
Okay. Value play on DK.
Value play on DK. Maybe I'll go Malachi Flynn for 4.7 here.
Nice. Tournament play of the day on DraftKings. Who's your guy there?
Give me the same guy, Drew Holiday here.
Nice. Okay, let's go over some cores, do some lineups here, analysis, see what's going on with the slate here. So you have Luka, Donovan Mitchell, Hartenstein. Why are you locking in these three guys, Chris?
Yeah, there's not like clear plays today. So I don't know if Luka's a lock, but I mean, I wanted to put 3 in, so he's the guy that I would kind of drop off if I had to only put 2, which I would rather do. But I have 3 here. Luka, I like him a lot here for 10-3. But yeah, I like Mitchell a lot as well. We just talked about him a ton, and then Hartenstein for value. Had him as my value guy, so I have him in here for 4K.
Okay, and then I think the first two, it's a 2v2, Holiday Fox, Svi, and Josh Jackson. Do you want to go through those?
I kind of like the Dame one instead of Fox, so give me 5 and then 2.
Okay. Still a 2v2 here, I think. Yeah. So yeah, get into it.
Yeah. So we have Luka here, 10-3, locked him in. Mitchell locked him in. Middleton, 8.2K here, really good price tag for him. Probably should have locked him in instead of Luka. I'll probably change that. But yeah, really good price tag for Middleton here. Kenrich Williams, 4.9. I like the value that he gives us on this slate where I don't think we have much value. They're still missing a bunch of guys, so he should play 30-plus minutes. He's pretty active, so I like him. And then these two Cavs guys at power forward. So one team has Love, one team has Dean Wade. So it's actually a 3v3 here. Both teams have Hartenstein. And then Holmes, last piece at center. I was kind of talking about that. So yeah, we have Holiday, Svi, and Love versus Dame, Jackson, and Wade. Yeah, this one's kind of tough. I like the first side, though. Drew Holiday, I was kind of mentioning it before. I'd rather pay 8.8 for Drew than 9.2 for Dame or 9.3 for Fox. There's the 1v1 with the second lineup, Fox versus Lillard as well. I kind of prefer Lillard, but I mean, I like Drew over those guys. So I like the Drew side here. Svi for value, 3.8K. I think that's a good play. Josh Jackson, really good play as well on the other side. But yeah, I don't know. I like both those plays a lot. And then Love versus D Wade. Love is just a high usage guy, so I kind of feel safer going with him. So yeah, I like the first side more. I think there's definitely routes that Drew beats the 9.2/9.3K guy here, which is either Dame or Fox. Current first optimal has Fox. I think Drew could just beat them straight out. So yeah, I like the Drew side.
Got it. Let's go over DraftKings. Let's see here, locks here. So you just have Mitchell here. I think, yeah, same one lock here, but then you have Middleton. Wait, did you have no? Did you? Wait, I forgot. Who did you lock? Yeah, you didn't lock Middleton. So you have 3 different locks here: Middleton, Portis, and Flynn. Chris, you mentioned Flynn is your tournament play of the day, as well over here. Why do you like these 3 on DK more?
Yeah, so I was kind of talking about Luka here on DK. He's more expensive at 10.9. If Porzingis was out, then Luka would have been more in play. But yeah, with Porzingis in, I think for 10.9, we don't need to pay that. We have Flynn here for. Can you just open up the first two?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and then can you go to my core just so I could talk about my core first? Yeah, so Flynn here for 4.7. Better price tag than FanDuel. FanDuel is 6K. I think they have two guards, Flynn and Trent, on the roster right now. So Flynn should play probably 42, 44 minutes here in this spot. So 4.7 is just too cheap for him. Donovan Mitchell, 8.6. More expensive than FanDuel, but I really like the spot, really like the matchup. So I locked him in. And then Middleton and Portis, same sort of thing as FanDuel. They're priced a little better here on DK, so I locked those guys in here with no Giannis, and then yeah, we can take a look at the first two.
Okay. Let me close that up.
Yeah, okay. So we have Flynn 4.7, Middleton 7.8. So I just talked about them. Sadiq Bey 4.3, really good price tag here with no Jeremy Grant. Really good matchup against the Kings, so I like him there. Boucher, have him in both lineups, 5.7, the 8 guys. So, I mean, Boucher should see at least 28 minutes here. Always been a good point per minute guy, so he has a ton of upside in this matchup with the guys that they have missing. D-Mitch, locked him in. Portis, locked him in. So we have this 2v2, Love and Gobert versus Siakam and Lopez. Yeah, this one's kind of close. So the way I would handle this is if I'm playing Love on FanDuel, if I go with the Drew side that I like the most, I'll probably kind of not play Love here just to hedge because I don't really trust Love. I'll play Siakam for 8.5, who I would like a lot with their missing guys. Lopez for 5K, I like that with no Giannis. So I think like if I had to pick straight up, I would just probably go with the Siakam side, Siakam and Lopez here. So the second team.
Got it. Anything else you want to go over, Chris?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. Some housekeeping. Anyone new here, if you want to try out our optimizer, go to our site, dfscrunch.com. Link is in the video description as well. All new members get a free 3-day trial, so no code, no special link needed to set that up. It's automatically applied, won't be charged or billed until after 72 hours from when you sign up. You're more than welcome to cancel anytime before that is up. You can cancel afterwards as well. So you won't be charged at all. You get full access to everything during that trial. Includes our Discord as well. So good place. We have all these sport channels to ask questions like people do throughout the show, but that's just, we have it on after hours in the Discord all the time. So we have that. Also a good place to ask for help on how to use our tool. So definitely check that out. It's a free trial, no risk at all. I guess one other thing I'll point out, actually, some guys don't know how to cancel or manage their subscription. Just open up the sidebar here and then click this, go to Account Center, and then over there is where you can cancel it yourself. So there's a way to do that. So there's that. Other than that, guys, YouTube stuff, reminder to thumbs up, hit that thumbs up, helps us grow. Appreciate that a lot. Make sure you're subscribed as well. We do the show here every day, same format as today, 2.5 hours before main slate. Today it was 3 hours. For some reason, I thought the slate was starting at 4 p.m. Pacific, but it's 4:30, right, Chris? So that was my bad. But yeah, that said, guys, be in the Discord. So if you have more questions to ask us, ask Chris, come hang out there. And yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Good luck today, and see you guys all then.